I'm here on Miss Gill. She's set for a bond today, and so
Yes.
she is. Yes, Your Honor. And she has one pending felony, but she's out. She already has she's out on a bond for that one already. She just has no bond set in this case.
I see bond sets. I see the FSGI is at 1,000. Yeah.
Okay.
It must have just gotten set. I don't know.
Okay. Is it a PER bond?
No.
Okay. Okay, then if we could review it today, is that possible?
Absolutely. Do you mind, Deputy, that you going? Do you need a translator?
No.
Do you mind me bringing up Miss Gill? All right. Good morning, Miss Gill.
Morning, Your Honor.
I wanted to bring you out because we're talking about you, and it's only fair that you get to hear what's transpiring since these are your cases.
Yes, sir.
I want you to know I don't know anything about your case. All I know is that you've now, as of 3/26, yesterday, you picked up a failure to stop and give information. What happened? Oh, well, hold on. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay.
On March 25th, 2025, officers were dispatched to 15357 Wallaceville Drive, Roseville Road in Harrison County, Texas, regarding an FSGI call. Upon arrival, the officer spoke with the complainant, who stated that she followed the defendant as the defendant's vehicle hit her twice. They failed to stop and give information. The complainant stated that she was driving southbound on the East Sandy Street Parkway, and the defendant failed to drive in her lane and sideswiped her, causing the vehicle damage to the right side panel of the defendant's vehicle. The complainant stated that she blew her horn several times for the defendant to stop, and the defendant refused. The complainant followed for approximately 3 miles to 15242 Wallaceville Road, and the complainant and the defendant exited their vehicle. The complainant told the defendant that she took her vehicle and needed insurance information. The defendant then told the complainant no, and that she was getting something to eat. The defendant went inside the business, exited, and then entered her vehicle and attempted to drive away. The complainant blew her horn several times to get the defendant to stop and told her the police were coming, but the defendant ignored the complainant. The defendant then began to put her vehicle in reverse and proceed backwards, hitting the complainant's vehicle at the time. The complainant...
Are you telling me now it was intentional?
The complainant moved her vehicle to avoid being hit and followed the defendant. The complainant flagged the police down to identify the defendant and construct the vehicle. The estimated damage from the complainant was around $4,000. The defendant stated she didn't stop because she was hungry and was hungry.
And what?
Color.
Color.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you look to see if she has a valid active driver license? Yeah. Ms. Gill, I want to find that there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Not only are you on a felony probation for assault of a peace officer, not only are you on felony probation for injury to a child under 15, but pick up, after both of those, an evading arrest in a motor vehicle, now an FSGI. I am taking away your privilege to drive. You will now be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive in violation of this affidavit, I will have a contempt. I can have a contempt hearing. I can have a contempt judge.
I'm so sorry.
Finish.
I'm a commercial driver.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You, if you do have a CDL,
That is correct. She does have a valid CDL.
are held to an even higher standard because of that CDL. You now have a total of 4 open cases, one of those being this FSGI and an evading arrest in a motor vehicle. I am taking away your privilege to drive. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. I truly am at a loss with the attitude.
Okay.
Truly.
Okay.
In this case here, not only do we have an FSGI, but it's also alleged that you backed up, hit the person because allegedly hungry. So now, this is an affidavit, and I hope that you take it seriously. Because if you don't, there will truly be disastrous consequences. Ms. Gill, I want you to understand that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. Do you understand?
I understand you, Your Honor. May I make argument for a PR bond, Your Honor? She's made a bond in the felony already. And even with the affidavit to not drive, I expressed to her that that was a possibility of a bond condition. I've spoken with her. She has family members who can help her get to and from court. She's a single mother of 2 children. She has lived at this address here in Houston for the past 5 years. She lives with her mother. She lives with her younger brother. Has lived in Harris County her entire life. And she has, in these felonies, she's actually applied to be put in mental health court because during this incident and the felonies, she was unmedicated and she has a history of mental health diagnoses. And so, as a client of the Harris County Public Defender's Office, we have every intention of getting her treatment for those mental health issues. But she's already made a bond in the felony, and she's willing to abide by any condition that this court will impose on her. It's down to the difference between $0 and $100. And
So, I appreciate your argument. She's technically you are right on bond. My feeling is that the felony courts probably do not know that she has now picked up this case yet. So I don't know what, if anything, they're going to do when they do discover this. I find, Ms. Goucher, right? Is that what, Ms. Goucher? I really appreciate your argument going to bat for her, but I think with her demeanor, her attitude, her reckless and wanton action on the road, is that you are a danger to the public. I mean, your bond is now set at 1,000, and I'm going to raise it to 5 because I think that you really are a danger to the public, and your attitude shows us, tells me that, hey, I'm going to do what I want to do, and that's always, I mean, really, how many people died this weekend on the road because of the reckless and wanton actions, All we want are our streets to be safe.
You're not helping me, Your Honor. You're not helping me. I'm struggling. I'm a single mom. And I've been struggling with the courts for years already, and I'm tired of this. Okay? I was beat, okay, in front of my children, and I was thrown on the ground like an animal, okay? And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all of this, okay? And my children have trauma, okay? And I have no insurance for the medication, and I have not been on the medication. I'm trying to get the insurance to get on the medication. Okay?
I understand, but at some point, your actions become your own, right?
Understand. I'm colored. You don't understand. You don't understand. If I was a different color, you would. And it's true.
That's so not
True. So true. And you know that. You know what I'm talking about.
I call out discrimination when I see it on a daily basis, man. I don't care who it is. I don't care what color. It's a small farm animal. I don't care. I call it when I see it. The only thing, because I don't know the way I get to know, and you tell me what happens in the case from what I see here and what has transpired here within the last 10 minutes. Really?
Mrs. Harris did not read me my rights.
Well, I will let,
They've been mishandling me like this for years already, okay? I have the right to tell you this. And I'm telling you, she did not read me my rights. She just shoved me behind the officer car. I did not get a voice to speak out anything.
yes,
She just brought me to jail.
you guys speak about that. I'll tell you, look, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave your bond at $1,000 now, all right? I'm not gonna raise it to 5, but I can't continue to give you a PR bond.
And from employment too.
Okay. Do not drive. Only thing I'm asking you to do,
I'm a commercial driver.
don't pick up a new case.
Yes, sir.
And, all right. Come on. Justin. I didn't want you to leave because I know you've been waiting.
Oh, no. Current here, the parents, we was required today, we submitted the mitigation packet. I just submitted it. I'm waiting to hear back from Blaze on some things.
So, all right.
He said, go ahead, I showed him what we had. He said, go ahead and send that. He's still gonna have the conversation with those guys about the other
So
thing.
you haven't sent it.
No, I've sent it. He should have. Yep, I think it's all the permanent people.
So we'll give you a couple weeks. I'll waive it for the next one because we're just gonna get a response, okay? If he's approved, then he's gotta be here. So we can do PRAS. Okay?
Oh, right.
So if he's not approved by the next 2 weeks and it's still in limbo,
I'll let you know. Okay.
the only reason we'd have him come is so we can start moving, right? So if it's approved, then we need him here so we can do a TRAS.
You want to do a T-Raz that day of a walk-in?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll send him and do a walkthrough. Well, that's why we have him come so we can just get it right done.
Yeah, no, hardship.
Pick a day, 2 weeks, and then waive it. It's not,
In
it's still pending.
Yep.
If it's no, or if it's yes, then he's gotta be. Okay.
Here on Mr. Jermaine Mallard.
Jim Mallard?
Yes, sir. I wanted to approach about his bond conditions to see if we can get those amended. Currently, he's required to do the random drug and alcohol test. He has a GPS monitoring with the curfew, from 9 to 6, and he has a scram device. I wanted to see if he could get the GPS monitor removed and have the curfew removed. He does work. His work hours are from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., sometimes 8 p.m., depending on the day. But he also needs time to travel to and from work. He also supports 4 kids.
Time do you want?
I'm sorry.
What time do you want again?
I was asking for it to be removed.
I mean, it's a DWI second. It's got, I need to do a DWI. So, you want to give me a second, we can talk further, but got a waiver real quick. Let me help him out and then I can do a deeper dive. Put it on there for a reason. It's only been, not even 2 weeks. So let me do a deeper dive to see why, because I don't remember. I don't remember anything about the case, so if you don't mind. Please.
Friday, March 1st, 2025, was approximately at 11 p.m. The officers were dispatched to a 911 call regarding a motor vehicle stopped on the road with a male in the driver's seat passed out at 300 block North Oak Street. Since the officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle stopped on the road facing the wrong side, forcing multiple motor vehicles to drive around the defendant. The officer observed the defendant's engine on, with the defendant sitting in the driver's seat, appearing to be sleeping or passed out. Once the motor vehicle drive and the brake, the officer observed an open container.
Come on, Mr. Mallard. Just kind of rewind about 3 sentences when he's up with it.
Officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle stopped on the road facing the wrong side, forcing the motor vehicle.
Going the wrong way down the street.
Stopped on going the wrong way. Forcing multiple motor vehicles to drive around the defendant. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle to be on, with the defendant sitting in the driver's seat, appeared to be sleeping or passed out. The motor vehicle was in drive with the defendant's foot on the brake. The officer observed an open container from carton rum, a 750 milliliter bottle, approximately 10% full, sitting in the front right passenger seat. The officer attempted to wake the defendant unsuccessfully, which led to the officers being forced to break the defendant's front right window to get the motor vehicle into the motor vehicle due to the doors being locked. The officer placed the motor vehicle in the park, and the defendant was asked to step out, and he immediately fell to the ground. The officer observed slurred speech, red bloodshot eyes, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and poor balance. The defendant refused to answer the keys. The defendant advised that he had not consumed any alcohol beverages and was dismissed to ask for his lawyer, and was loudly repeating no comment to all questions. The defendant was read to DIC and he refused blood and a blood warrant was signed. The defendant was transported to HCA Southeast ER to obtain the blood, and the defense was
I think I'm good.
not resisting.
Oh,
Which I appreciate you.
that's okay.
So the officer the defendant refused to exit the vehicle, even though the officer was asked him multiple times. The officer physically guided the defendant out. The defendant stopped walking while walking to the emergency room with the officer and advised that he wanted to go to the VA hospital. The officer advised the defendant that he had a search warrant, and the defendant refused to move. The officer grabbed the defendant's upper arm and again advised the defendant had a search warrant and gave him to move. The officer then advised the defendant that if he had to pull him inside, that he would face additional charges. Again, the defendant refused to move. The defendant advised he wanted to go to the VA hospital and tried pulling away into the direction to the entrance of the hospital. The defendant went dead weight and laid on the ground outside and refused to move and screaming at the top of his lungs, "Someone help me!" The officers had been assisted by hospital security and placed him into a wheelchair and transported to the hospital, and blood was drawn with the assistance of 3 officers holding him down.
Mr. Mallard, do you watch the news?
Yes, sir.
How many people died this weekend due to an alcohol-related collision?
When it comes to my views, alcohol, teams, parents, that's not for this year, yeah.
There were at least 3, if not 4, different accidents this weekend where people died. There was in Galveston an entire family that was cut down because of an alcohol-related collision. A person who allegedly just completed a DWI intervention course here, and a couple months later goes out and then decimates an entire family. In this here now, you fled to a DWI not 3 months ago with above 0.15. Now you hear on another one, there's alcohol allegedly in the car, the wrong way on the street, completely passed out. There is a reason why I do things in life. I don't do it just for shits and giggles. I want to protect my community at all costs. And I think that it is an appropriate condition to not have you near. Do you understand? Sir? All I care about in this short life is protecting my community. And I'm going to try to do it at all costs. I understand that it may be a hardship to you, but sometimes in life, things are learned when they're faced with difficulty. And now, I do not want you out in the middle of the night, and I don't want you near far. Do you understand? So perhaps in some time, because, you know, I'm not an a-hole. I try not to be. But it's been 2 weeks since you picked up the speed of life. I shudder to think, do you have the blood back yet?
No, I do not.
For any, even remotely getting near, I want to see some proactivity on your part. You coming up here and saying, woe is me, goes in one ear, goes out the other ear. I care about my community. That's what I care about. That's what matters most to me. And I'm going to protect it. Do you understand? Yes, sir. So, I am willing to work with you on the hours if you need hours to work, but I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Do you understand? Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Please.
And just to let you know, he has started attending AA meetings. He's been attending for the past couple of weeks every night, virtually. One of the facilities that offer the AA meetings, they do offer it, is it at 10?
It's at night.
At 9:30. But his curfew would need to be extended a little bit more.
You can do it at all times during the day. You can do it remotely. You can do it via Zoom. You can do it online. I don't want you out at night. It's not going to happen. Because then if I let you out at 9:30 at night, well, I need an hour to get back home, and then now it goes to 10:30. I'm not going to do that. Their AA meetings are literally all day, every day. You just have to find it. Get creative. That's why we have computers. That's why we have the internet to be able to help you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Ms. Roberson, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So this was, they applied for PTI and were denied. Is that what?
Yes, Judge.
What was the reason for the denial?
Due to prior criminal history, obviously.
Any prior DWIs?
Yes, out of Louisiana.
How many?
Well,
What happened on that case? Time served? You know?
Louisiana is tricky in terms of how we can view the criminal history.
Please. If she has a prior conviction for DWI, Brock, I'm not doing this. I can't.
From my understanding, Your Honor, it wasn't a DWI, the prior conviction. I think it was something alcohol related, but I don't think it was a DUI or DUI.
I'm having them look.
I mean,
I believe we would have to reach out. So, see out in Louisiana to find out what it is.
Kayla, do you mind running a PSR on Miss Roberson, please?
Yeah, I can also reach out to, Laidlaw.
What does it say? Does it say? Okay. Brock,
yes, sir.
I need time.
Okay.
You need to
How long do
understand
you?
something, that I take this extremely seriously. And when I have someone who continually picks up DWIs, no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. It's not going to happen. I have the ability to accept or reject the plea bargain agreement. If I reject it, then you will be allowed to withdraw your plea and we can either set up a trial or renegotiate something, but I'm not going to continue to do the same thing in hopes that, well, I hope nothing happens in the future. It's not going to happen. So I guess what we can do is, you want to roll it till Monday, Brock?
She's coming from Dallas. Remember, this is the one that's coming from Dallas, Your Honor. So
Okay, so I
I'm
guess
trying to keep her coming back and forth because she's been coming almost every week. So
I didn't know this.
Judge, we're reaching out to law right now. See the information for us to take out.
Okay, can you chat me your cell phone? And then
Yes,
I
Your
can
Honor.
reach out to you when we have something.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay? Thanks, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Please tell me her criminal history as you see it, because I don't understand why the county can't give me a version of criminal history that I can see. It sucks, but I don't understand why I have to rely on others. Please enlighten me with her criminal history. I get it, but at least let me know how much criminal history she has.
So she has no history in Harrisburg using DOJ. Out of Florida, I see that she was 15. That, yes, out of Florida, that was a pre-trial version. And then out of Louisiana, there is all the definitions are unknown as it is. The manufacturing of a controlled substance, doesn't obey the traffic signals, resisting arrest, failure to open container in a vehicle, operating a vehicle while intoxicated, and bad release. So those are all I see, but I don't know anything about.
So, Rock, it looks like the OUI was dismissed, right? Operating,
I went to the Lafayette County website on the misdemeanors about and they all look like they.
what point do we need to get your attention to realize that we are serious about safety? What do we need to do to get your attention? Because it obviously continues.
Oh, yeah.
But you now stand charged with yet another DWI. Rob,
I'm here, Your Honor. Hello?
yeah. Here's
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm
gonna do.
saying.
Here's what I'm gonna do, Rob. I am going to follow this agreement, but you will be required to pay the DPS fines and fees and all the court costs in this case. And if you fail to pay it, for every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. You're going to roll out of here with about $3,500 in surcharges and fines and fees. So I hope that this is the
Yeah.
right call. Yeah.
Your Honor, if you don't mind, so she just recently found out that she's pregnant. That's the reason why she wanted time served, because of the travel back and forth and due to the pregnancy. I don't want there to be some kind of financial impediment if she is not able to work having the baby or prior to, a couple months before the baby. So that's the only reason why I'm saying something.
Then I mean, with her criminal history, with her rich criminal history, then I don't think I'm going to do this then, because, she has a prior one. I get that it's dismissed. She has a prior manufacturing delivery, resisting arrest, battery on a police officer. Now we have a DWI.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's, you tell me, but the continued slaps on the wrist. Stop. I don't know how to get your attention. I'm hoping that this is the way. But you can go talk to your lawyer, figure out what you want to do. But I'm not down with it continuing to happen. All I want is my public to be safe. And I'm going to try to do it in the best way that I can. So if you'd like, you can, step outside, talk to your lawyer, and we can just revisit it, and you just tell me when you're ready. Please.
Your Honor, it's possible that if you want to find some fees, that's fine, Your Honor. You at least pay the DPS fees, Your Honor. Do either or.
I'm not. If we do a time served on this case, I'm not going to waive it. Rob.
Well, I don't want to set her up, Your Honor. It's right back in front of me with those fees.
I will give her 2 years to pay. It ends up being like $30 to $40 a month.
Okay. Yeah, with 2 years to pay, that does not be fine.
So you want to go talk to her and see?
Yeah, tell her to give me a call right now.
There are two very important lessons that you need to learn here after you walk out. First one is your record. It's not good. You ever get pulled over in a car, an officer's going to see OUI, DWI, this. Do you think that they're going to treat you well? Do you think that they're going to take it to the third degree on you whenever you get pulled over? If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, slightest thing, don't get into a car because you're taking a huge risk. Not only with endangering the public, which is what I care about, but you. Because you, with your record, you'll be going probably right back to jail. And what we're doing today, from now on, you're facing a minimum 30 days in jail. Don't matter what you pick up from now on in misdemeanor court. Do you understand? The reason we're doing this is because I want to get your attention. Obviously, it has not worked in the past, and I'm hoping that you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. It will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life, even thereafter you die. Do you understand? I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days because of this plea. How much your court cost?
So 3,000?
Yeah. It's not above the 15, is it? I know it's not pled as such, but I'm curious. Is it above the 15?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it really?
The second one was actually below 0.15. That's why they didn't plead it as 0.15.
Was it a 15 and a 14, or what was it?
It was, blood, it was a 0.161.
It's blood at a 16, bro.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Had they repled this, it would be a $4,500 surcharge that you would be responsible for. Now, it's only a $3,000 surcharge. $3,420. You will be required to pay $3,420. I will give you a 2-year payment plan. If you don't pay, I will issue a warrant. And for every $100 you owe, you will see one day. Do you understand? So don't take this as a joke. All right. I'll have you, or how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck, Ms. Roberts.
2 days credit for the court cost?
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Brock.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be excused.
Take care, man.
Have a great day.
Two.
So I only got one new one today. She's in custody. It's an Amanda Eldred, PCS. Looks like she's already had prior to this an MAJ that was filed for the same type of, possibly same type.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Selfridge, page 29.
I have to set a bond. It looks like no bond now.
Okay.
Chief, guys, do you mind cleaning up Miss Eldridge, please?
Thanks. It looks like she's, yeah, reintegration court.
He's on felony probation now.
Yeah, and I looked at the MAJ. I don't know if felony's going to amend it. It did not list the new law violation. It had missed meetings.
She has court April 9th, so it looks like they've already done something.
Okay.
Let's see.
Joshua Rosas?
So a motion was filed on 3/10 of this year. And the bond sit at 10,000 upstairs. Kayla, do you mind if I get a PSR on Miss Eldridge here? Please. She's in custody. Obviously. All right. Good morning, Miss Eldridge. I'm bringing you out because we're talking about you. It's only fair that you hear what's going on.
Sir?
Ma'am, you stand charged with us with possession of a controlled substance. I don't know what's happened in your case. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. I've appointed you a lawyer. Your lawyer's here with you, but he's on Zoom, so that you know you're not here alone. Greg. I'm sorry?
May I talk to my lawyer first?
I'm okay with that.
Call back. Judge.
What number do you want him to call?
3198.
Call 3198, and then as soon as you're done, come back, and then we can, I guess, do probable cause at that point.
What are the first numbers? I always forget, Judge.
It's 927, 832-927.
Yeah. Should I give it a few minutes? You gotta take.
I guess I shouldn't chat.
Oh, and Judge, I did send you a direct message when you get a chance.
All right. You know, I'm kind of slow sometimes, you know?
Yeah, it's more for the
So, you know.
reset. Just so you
Let me
know.
know if you're done. So, Ms. Eldridge, we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. The right to have an attorney present. You cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you. Okay.
On March 23rd, 2025, at approximately 3:05 p.m., officers responded to a theft at Nordstrom Rack. The officers gave a description of the vehicle involved in the theft, and the officer located the vehicle, which was occupied by a male and female. The officer asked the defendant if she had any property inside the vehicle, and the defendant stated that she had a purse. The officer asked for consent to search the purse, and the defendant granted permission. The officer located a bottle of what they knew to be Mexican Xanax, which was approximately 9 grams. The defendant stated that she had a prescription but was not able to produce it. Based on the circumstances and the defendant's previous drug charges, the officer believed that she did not have a prescription.
Where
Were you on your own?
Sorry?
Were they just in the street in the car?
They were inside the vehicle that was identified by them as the vehicle. So
I get that there was a theft.
they were dispatched to Nordstrom for a theft.
Okay.
They went to Nordstrom, they were advised that
Those are the people.
giving a description of the vehicle that was involved in the theft. They located the vehicle, they found the vehicle.
Anyone
Your
else?
Honor, if I may, Your Honor.
Say it again?
Can I say something real quick, Your Honor?
Yeah. Look.
I mean, there's no description of the vehicle. I mean, there's not specific articulable facts here. Just, okay, a white vehicle. We saw a white vehicle. We pulled it over. No description of the people in the car.
I'll also read it for you.
It was a black 2015 Hyundai passenger car, bearing Texas license plate KZE 178.
Okay.
So we did have a description and a
There's
license
a
plate.
description of the car. Did anyone get arrested with that?
It doesn't look like anyone was trying to do that, so I'm
Okay. Ma'am, I'm gonna find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? So what should we do about bond, guys?
Well, Judge, so she tells me she does have a prescription. It's from Scott's, in Midtown. What I found was Scott Reed's Pharmacy. There is one on.
Mexican, man.
How does the cop know that? Really?
It's Mexican, man.
Yeah. Okay. How does the cop know that?
Huh?
The cop sees a pill and goes, "Oh, this is from Mexico," or "This is from in a lab."
based on previous work experience. So,
Well,
I mean, go see what you can get, I guess, right? And then,
all right. Well, we'll do.
I need to set a bond. We're at no bond right now, so yeah,
Okay, I'll do a motion to inspect evidence when I have time, and we'll do.
yeah.
But that being said, Your Honor, she has a $10,000 bond on the felony that was set, and there's a chance she might have a script for this. And she says that they actually should have records of it.
What should we do about bond?
I mean, I would ask for, she's got a 10,000. I would see if the court would do a PR bond on this one. I mean, she has to make the felony bond, and there's a chance she does have a script for this. She shouldn't even be in custody on this if that's true.
She was in absconded status as far as the felony is concerned. I think that she's a flight risk.
Well, and may I say something on that too, Your Honor?
Sure.
On the MH, so she tells me she was reporting. She got switched probation officers. Again, I don't know the veracity of this. I'm just relaying, and so I'm showing that the address that was last reported. This is what they're claiming. MAJ as well was San Leon, Texas. So I don't know if there was a mix-up in that where the probation office was, and I don't know if that may have. So I'm just throwing that out there. That may have been part of it.
What do you think for bond?
you guys would oppose any PR bond, we'd have to 30 of the amount of obstruction.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll set bond at $1,500 surety.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to grant you a PR bond. I think that you're a flight risk and you're on felony probation. Regardless, you've not made the $10,000 bond upstairs. If you're able to make bond, we can come back and talk. But if you do, extremely important that you maintain contact with the lawyer here.
Yes, sir.
Because if you don't, another warrant will issue here and it's just going to balloon and just get out of control. Okay? It looks like you have felony court on the 9th
Yes.
of next month. So what we can do is we can sit you on the 10th following day to see what happens there. We can't sit you the same day, but we'll sit you for the day after, and then we'll figure out how to go forward at that time.
Okay.
Oh,
I can get on in the morning, Zoom, Your Honor, on the 10th.
are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so set it for the 10th, and he can zoom in at that point for his case. And then, so I'll set bond $1,500. Okay, man, good luck.
But yeah, she has a friend that might be making bond. She doesn't know yet. So if that plays out, obviously she's going to pop.
Come back and we can talk.
Okay, thank you.
Was Treadwell on the dock today?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys, are we doing it today or what?
We would like to, Your Honor. So, I approached on Monday on this, and you granted us Who Santa Maria. I was mistaken in that Who Santa Maria allows children of Brianna's children's age. So Brianna, she had been working with Santa Maria Hospital, and the LCDCs there have been speaking with her about the Women with Children program. And that's what I thought I was approaching. The Woman with Children program. Apparently, Who Santa Maria and the Woman with Children program Santa Maria are not one and the same. And so that is what we would request. We want the Woman with Children program.
So the women's children program is a community residential program. She'll have to go through their process to get this
That's not through Harris County. No. I can't, it's not something that we can,
Court order is what we're saying.
we don't, it's not part of our, regimen, so to speak. There's not been, accepted to be part of HUA, SATA, DDRP. That's their own thing, and so it's not geared for.
Something up on me. I understood. Okay. And so who Santa Maria did the 6-month program? Okay.
It all depends on her. It all depends on her. If she responds well to treatment, yeah. But if she doesn't, and she puts up a fight, or she's like defiant and not doing what she's supposed to be doing, then
When she's been in a program for 2 months now, yeah. And I believe
nothing. I don't want to do this again, and we've done this like literally.
Understood, but I guess at the least, Your Honor, if Ms. Treadwell could at least address the court,
No. We just get it done. Please. All right. So, Ms. Treadwell, you're charged with 2 counts of driving while intoxicated. I think the agreement is they're going to dismiss 1, right?
That's correct.
Is it 18 months time, or is it?
It is 18 months.
Okay, so Ms. Treadwell, like I said, you're charged with 2 counts of driving while intoxicated. You have worked out an agreement where they're going to dismiss one of those cases in exchange for your plea bargain agreement on the second case. The agreement is 180 days in jail to be probated for 18 months. Part of this agreement, you will do a TRAS, which you have already done, to comply with the TRAS conditions. You will do a DWI repeat offender education class, 4 victim impact panels, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you are pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. If you don't, then you're in violation of this agreement. You must do no drugs, no alcohol, random testing, $100 donation to the Houston Food Bank, 20 hours of community service. You do have children, right? I think that we would better serve a parenting class instead of the 20 hours of just mindless.
Yes.
Are you okay with that, Blaze? Parenting class in lieu of the community service? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. There's no turning around. There's no coming back. You are on a probation. If you violate this probation, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will be looking at 180 days in jail if you do. You understand? Okay. Did she have any prior DWIs?
No.
He has two.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? Okay. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement, sentence you to it. Now, she's going into treatment. Does she go in now?
It's up to you. I can have her do a walkthrough, or she can wait in custody. It's about a 2-month wait.
We would request if she can remain out in the community until.
Does she have a scram on now?
She does.
I don't know what she's.
What does she have on now?
There's both scram and a GPS.
I'm okay with that.
Thank you.
I'm okay with waiting on the outside. Just remember, you're still under bond condition while you're waiting. If you fail to turn yourself in, a warrant will issue. You're looking at a ton of time. You understand? So don't do anything you shouldn't do, because it's only going to end up with a further sentence. You understand? Okay, so you going to get in contact with her when the bed opens up and then she goes?
Yes.
Okay, all right, man. Now, you need to understand, for the rest of your life, when you get pulled over, all officers look for how many DWIs that you have. If you ever have a funky smell in your car, whatever it is, it's probably not going to go well. So for the rest of your life, even if something magical happens where you're going out and you have half a glass of wine, don't get pulled over. From now on, you're also facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. You understand? Okay. Good luck. You can run. All right. Good luck. Please see.
Mr. Fleming, representative agent,
Okay.
is in the courtroom.
It's a DWI.
It's not. It was a
It's a gun case.
gun in a car. There was a felony drug case that was filed, which made the gun crime. The felony drug case has been dismissed.
Blaze. Balls in the court.
So I already did it.
Was it pursuant to like a rig or something like that? Or
Pursuant to there being no level one.
So what was the lab?
There's no evidence on that.
Yeah, you're
So,
like,
I mean, folks against counsel.
What do you mean there's no lab?
You never know, I will go back to the underlying felony. So that's more commonly than what you draw.
Really? What, I mean, does it just fall through the cracks? What the hell? Does the officer submit? Say
All the time, you are, the labs are so backed up that the DA's office has just said,
that everybody's now, listing that case that everybody's citing now? Heath? Yeah, it's Heath, right? Is that the one that,
they don't, use the labs, just, don't use the labs, just, be sure they. DA's office, they're gonna be gonna see this shit. 5 days. So, in case, you're not playing shit. Really, that is doing not what being getting it online, getting what they need on the platform. You can't think of that really. It's a problem.
Well,
so if it's dismissed because there's no labs, how do we go to labs?
That's we're asking you to reconsider probable cause, Sean.
Come up, Mr. Fleming. What was the alleged substance, cocaine?
Yes, Judge.
So, Mr. Fleming, you get one life. You don't get redos in this life. And I can tell you how many lives I've seen ruined because they party, try to have fun, and you unfortunately get something that's laced with fentanyl, and then you die. Now, or worse, you become a lifelong addict, and you start doing crazy ass things that you would never do just to feed the habit. I've seen people deteriorate before my eyes here because they get hooked, and so sad the stuff we've seen. Don't ruin your life. You only have one. You need to make the best of it. Get into school, get knowledge. Knowledge is power, and when you have knowledge, you can do things. That's how you make money. This life is about one thing: money. And when you have it, it's freaking great. When you don't, it freaking sucks. I'm telling you, don't waste it. I'm going to find no probable cause in your case. Do something worthwhile. All right. Thanks, guys.
You too.
Okay.
That's it.
Good luck, Mr.
Excuse you.
Yes. Mr. Roberts, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 18 months. Is this right? You look confused.
No, he's only expecting the probation. He knows that he's not going to have to go to jail.
Wow. So it's 180 days in jail. I probate that 18 months. You will not go to jail as long as you fulfill the conditions in this case. As long as you fulfill conditions and you do everything you're supposed to, you don't test positive, we all do backwards. What goes wrong is when you don't do what you're supposed to do. You pick up a new case.
sorry, the offer was for 15 months. I think I made a clerical error and wrote 18 months instead.
Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
that's not a big deal.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Was there an accident in this case?
There was, yes. Well, he was asleep next to the train track, so yes, he was off of the road and had crashed through it.
It was his own vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no restitution to someone else.
Yes.
That's my concern.
Yes.
Okay, because my concern is that if you do something to yourself or your vehicle, I don't care. If you do something to someone else, then I care. Right. So, hopefully, lesson learned, right? Hopefully, you don't get to where some people only learn the hard way. They got to hit rock bottom. They don't get it until they go into here, right? You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 15 months. You want me to? It's a 15-month probation. You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there forever. You can never take it off. And this is important because from now on, I don't care if it's a year, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years. If you get pulled over, officers will see that you're a tried DWI. If you smell like alcohol, if you smell like dope, it's probably not going to go well for you. From now on, after today, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand, Mr. Roberts?
Yes, sir.
For you to successfully complete this program, you must first do a T-ride. This is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. It could be supportive outpatient. It could be, intensive outpatient. I don't know. But we have clinicians that will interview you to determine, is this the right type of program for you? What you must do is a DWI education class, 4 victim impact panels, no drugs, no alcohol, and a guardian interlock, and a random urinalysis. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So that's why I said, because you give up this right to appeal, once you accept this agreement, there's no turning around. There's no, you know what, I changed my mind. I want to do something else. This isn't Target. You can return it. You understand? The other thing I want you to understand, Mr. Roberts, is that we all make mistakes. The idea is that you learn from the mistake. The reason I'm telling you this is that DWI is humongous business in Texas. There's a $3,000 surcharge that attaches to you when you pick up a DWI. If you have a .15 or above, it's a $4,500 surcharge. If you don't pay it, you do 1 day in jail for every $100 that you owe. You asked me to waive this.
Yes, Honor, there's a bit of a confusion because when I was talking to the district attorney's office, they said that they would waive the fine. So is this a different? Yes, sir, I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor, of course.
The point that I'm trying to make, David, this is a first offense. We all make mistakes. But if you continue to make mistakes where you're endangering other people's lives, a second DWI is a $1,000 surcharge. In a 30-day minimum jail stay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to get lit, if you want to have 2 shots of tequila, 35 joints, just don't get into a car. It's not hard. After the probation, you can't do it now. Do you understand? So. All right, how do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. You look at his license to see whether it's suspended or not suspended, please. I'm not going to suspend your license. I don't know if your license is suspended now, though. We're going to look it up to see if it is.
It is suspended, Your Honor, it's not.
Okay. So,
He needs to just pay a reinstatement fee of $125 for him to.
is there any ALR suspension on that? You're not allowed to drive.
It is an ALR suspension.
When does it run, Deanna?
Until June 10th, 2025.
So,
We anticipate filing a request for occupational driver's license.
you can't drive now. If you drive, and I don't care what you got to do, I don't care where you got to go, I don't care if there's a burning building, you have to save 50 kittens. Don't drive. If you do, you're in violation of this probation. If you drove here, you cannot drive home. Do you understand? So don't do it. So I'm happy, file it and we can talk, but don't drive until you either get an occupation or get the license back. Do you understand? So because of that, he'll get a portable device. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Farrell. Good luck. You don't take things seriously. You don't take this seriously. You had your first bond violation report beginning of March for failing to go take a drug test. And now a new one was filed because you now picked up a new case. We are going to do probable cause on your new case. You now stand charged with the offense of criminal trespass. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you. As you see, your lawyer is here with you on Zoom now. Please.
On March 19th, 2025, an officer was dispatched to an assault in progress, unknown weapon, at Chief Plaza condominiums in Cameron County, Texas. The complainant and security officer stated that she saw the defendant walking around the security office, which the complainant found unusual. The complainant stated the defendant went near the exit gate and was waiting for someone to come and exit through the gate, so it was waiting for someone to come and exit the gate so he can get inside the complex. The complainant stated someone exited from the gate and the defendant got into the complex. The complainant followed the defendant and told the defendant that he needs to leave the property because he was criminally trespassing at the property. The complainant stated that she told the defendant several times to leave the property, but the defendant did not listen. The complainant stated the defendant laid on the ground, the defendant stood up, the defendant started taking pictures of witnesses, and the complainant came in between witnesses' motor vehicles so the defendant could not take pictures of license plates. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license.
So at that point, the cops come up there and they just arrest him, right? And you take off?
Also, it does not state in the DIMS at what point he was arrested. Also, something that was missing from the summary was that the witness stated she saw the defendant punch the complainant and then they had a fight.
Punches someone.
That's what the DIMS stated.
Mr. Gomez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case because of your failure to comply. Repeated failure to comply with your bond conditions. I now revoke your bond. It goes with you. James, I will leave the criminal trespass bond as is. The DWI now is at 5,002 and will stay at 5,002.
Yes, Judge. So he has a PR bond on the criminal trespass?
I don't. No, he actually made a surety bond on the trespass, so I'm going to keep that as is.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Other place will. So, Kayla, I need you to do me a favor on bond conditions for him. If he is released, he's to be released with a GPS monitor, and he's not to go anywhere near the complaining witness and nowhere near this complex, 500 feet, please.
Yeah.
On the trespass. All right, good morning, Mr. Sims, right? Sir, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On March 16th, 2025, at 929 Gessler Road, in Harris County, Texas, the Memorial Herman Tower NICU, the officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant stated the defendant, the father of the child, was staying overnight at the NICU with their child. The complainant stated that when she arrived, she observed their child to be in the bed with a blanket fully covering the child's face. The complainant stated that she pointed this out to the defendant, which upset him. The complainant stated that she then asked to remove the blanket from their baby's face, which the defendant refused. The complainant stated that she then moved towards the baby carriage to remove the blanket, to which the defendant stepped in her way and pushed her back. The complainant stated that she reacted by pushing him back. The complainant stated that the defendant then cocked back his arm and punched her in the face with a closed fist, striking her on her left forehead near her temple. The complainant stated that she felt pain from the punch. The complainant stated that the hospital staff overheard the commotion and escorted the defendant off the premises. The officers observed a small mark on the complainant's forehead where she stated she was struck.
Okay, Mr. Sims, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. It appears a protective order has been issued. I will get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will probably file a violation of the protective order against you. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. Do you understand? Do we know whether she wants to have contact with him or not?
We have not been able to make contact.
Okay. I don't know if she wants to have contact with you, so at this point in time, I'm going to order you not to have any contact with her and not to be in possession of weapons. If you violate this, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. I will do everything in my power to protect every single person in this county. Do you understand, Mr. Sims?
Sean.
Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with this right, and she will tell you then when you have to come back to court. If she tells me that you've gone AWOL, she can't get a hold of you, you're ducking and dodging phone calls, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Don't pick up any new cases. It's going to not go well if you do. For now, we'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we generate your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please. Dr. Rosas.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rosas, you're charged with harassment, facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 20th, officers were dispatched to a burglary of a residence in progress located at 12719 Greenshire, Houston, Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated that on Friday she ended her dating relationship with the defendant. The defendant continued to call and text her throughout the day. The complainant stated that the defendant showed up unannounced at the listed location and attempted to enter the residence through the bathroom window. The complainant explained that the defendant opened the bathroom window and threw a stick inside the home. Officers observed multiple calls and text messages on the complainant's phone. On March 16th, 2025, there were 3 missed calls. On March 17th, 2025, 1 missed call. And on March 19th, 2025, an estimated 109 or more missed calls. The officers noted text messages from the complainant on March 16th, 2025 with statements saying, "Leave me alone and please don't bother me anymore." The officers observed approximately 69 text messages from the defendant to the complainant on March 19th, 2025. The complainant stated she is in fear for her safety.
Mr. Rosas, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case, and I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to attempt any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. I don't want you to go within 1,000 feet of where this person lives or where the person works. If I find that you do, I will put you in jail, and I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to make your bond so high you'll have hair falling out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will protect every person in my county. I don't care what color, who you are. Do you understand? Do you have the reference? When's the last time you talked to her? Is it continuing?
So, we haven't spoken to her yet. This phone call I haven't heard back from her. That being said, our information before we go into contact with her.
I'd like to know if it's still continuing, because if it is, I'm going to put a monitor on his ankle. If it is stopped, then I'm not going to. So perhaps maybe later on, you guys, if you don't mind reaching out just to make sure that it's stopped, and we'll go from there. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Rosas? Sorry?
Say that again?
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No, can I get an appointed one?
You have to qualify. We don't give them much candy on Halloween. You have to actually qualify. So what I can do is I can have Deputy Miranda give you an application. I need to know everything about you. How much money you make a month, how much money you have in the bank, what kind of car you drive. Fill it out, put everything on there, and then I'll take a look to see. If you do, then I'll give you a lawyer. I'll have you go with Deputy Miranda now. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Please.
Go ahead and sign for your receipt. Our judge next is page 8. All.
So, do you mind filing those conditions? No contact, no weapons, no going within 1,000 feet. Good morning, Ms. Hall.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail under a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Oh, you're also charged with evading arrest in a motor vehicle. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On March 19, 2025, an officer observed a vehicle on Northwest Freeway in Harris County, Texas. The defendant was stopped at a red light when the officer was stopped at a red light when the officer's traffic signal changed to green. The officer began to go through the intersection and observed a vehicle at a high rate of speed disregard a solid red light. A traffic stop was initiated. The defendant refused to stop and continued to accelerate from units to actively evade and lose units. The defendant ran a red light and made a left turn, then traveled the wrong way through a U-turn, then continued down the street at a high rate of speed. The officers continued to pursue the defendant with emergency equipment activated at speeds over 100 miles per hour. The defendant continued to accelerate through multiple red lights, turned her headlights off, and drove in circles under the highway and drove the wrong way on the service road while attempting to evade from the officers. The pursuit came to an end when the defendant turned onto a dead-end road. The defendant tried to go around the officer's vehicle and struck the front end of the patrol vehicle. The defendant evaded for approximately 5 to 4 miles. A loaded handgun was found in the glove box of the vehicle.
So I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run her license, see if she has a license?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive maniacally again. If I find that you drive like this, I'm going to put you in jail the first thing, and then I will take your ability to drive away from you permanently while this case is open. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I am ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons.
Driver's license is eligible.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
I have a court appointed already. I met with her Monday when I came to court.
That may be in your felony case, but because you have one in the felony case doesn't mean that you have one here.
Okay, may I apply for one?
Okay. I'll give you Deputy Miranda, I'll give you an application. I'm gonna have you sign a receipt with Victoria Webb for the seat in the jury box will regenerate your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign it. Please. You're Mr. Walker. Sir, that's your Walker. Sir, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you can afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
All right. On Wednesday, March 19th, 2025, officers were dispatched to a call for service at 10219 Rolston Lane in Harris County, Texas, regarding a disturbance. Upon the arrival, the officer spoke to the complainant. The complainant and the defendant had been roommates since January of this year, and the complainant stated that her boyfriend and the defendant's brother were arguing about his friend being in their house as they were in the bedroom. All of a sudden, the defendant walked into her room and started talking about rent money. The complainant stated that the defendant started getting in her face, but she was backed away because she was afraid of what hit her. The defendant ended up grabbing the right side of her jeans and pulling her off the bed and dropped her to the ground, causing pain on her back. The complainant stated the defendant threatened her, stating, "I will break your jaw," and makes you call 911. The defendant stated her boyfriend and her friend separated to prevent a further altercation and that she wanted to press charges.
Mr. Walker, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now, as a condition of your bond, not to have any contact with this person. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons. A protective order has been issued in this case. You need to get to know it. If you do something to violate this protective order, the state can and probably will file additional charges against you. It's one of the worst cases is you can pick up violation of protective order. Do you understand? Yes. I will protect my county at all costs. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. I will put you in jail and make your bond sky high. You become a problem and you endanger my community. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to reset the case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you get a Victoria sign and reset. I'll then have you take a seat in the jury box. So we'll get your bond conditions, we'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. Okay. Ready? So can you file no contact from
Yes,
this? So you are facing up to 6 months in jail and or, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000. We're going to do violent. State panel will be against you. Give the right to an attorney present. Do not afford one.
For the interpreter, on March 19th, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a nail salon in Harris County, Texas. The officer spoke to the complainant, who stated that she had just finished getting her nails done at the nail salon and accidentally left her phone in seat 3. The complainant returned to the nail salon and asked if anyone would help find the phone. No one helped, so the complainant called the police. The officer reviewed video footage. The complainant's phone in the silver phone case was laying on the handrest of seat 3. The video showed the defendant placed 2 binders on top of the complainant's phone and moved both binders along with the phone. The defendant later handed the phone to her 12-year-old daughter. The defendant denied having the phone. The defendant's daughter stated that the phone was located in the trunk of the defendant's vehicle and returned it to the complainant. The value of the phone was $1,200. No.
Zambrano, I'm going to sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to go back to this location. And I tell you now, I usually order no contact with any other parties to this case, which would include your 12-year-old daughter. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. Please call.
Sorry. It's not stated in the office report, but I'm looking it up right now. Nails for you.
You're not to go back to nails. You are not to go back to nails for you. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with. And they'll ship you off to immigration. Do you understand? If I find that you're committing new cases, you violate any of these conditions, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
Yes.
You're going to reset the time to hire a lawyer. So have you signed a receipt in Victoria? After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box while we get your bond petition, sign it, and after that, you'll be good to go. Do not pick up any new cases. Do not endanger my community, otherwise it will not go well for you. Please.
CJ Sims.
Okay.
We were here yesterday. He went and took a drug test, came back negative.
Wonderful.
So we would ask the court, if the court would be open to amending the deferred conditions to include obtain a valid driver's license and obtain a GED.
Mr. Spears, good job testing negative. That's great. Wonderful. I'm happy to acquiesce. That's great. Really. So look, I'm not asking much, man. All we want you to do is things the right way. And when you do, good things happen. Just get your license, get your insurance, and then your high school diploma. That's it. And I'll make you, does he have anything else to do on the probation?
I don't see.
I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal. The minute you get your high school diploma and you got that gun class done, I'll cut you loose. You're done. You're off paper. Literally done with everything. Get the high school diploma, do that gun class, you're off. I'll take you off early. The minute you got all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good job. Just do things right. See that? I mean, you're holding everything in your own hand. You're holding the dismissals and everything. Quicker you do it, the quicker you got it. All right? Okay. Done. So, I don't know, you want to reset it like 30 days or so? You tell me.
Is it enough time?
It's gonna, I don't know how long it'll take, you know?
Can we make it a little bit longer, but if he gets it before, then all to
But,
best.
I mean, you're obviously too old to get back into high school, so you're just gonna have to do the GED, you know, equivalency. Just test it, see what you can do, and if you can pass it and they give it to you, money, you know?
60 days be okay with the court? Okay. All right, thank you, Judge. All right, thanks, Rich.
All right, good job, Mr. Spears.
You Josh?
I got you.
Yeah, I was preparing for Mr. Let's see here. Gentlemen, we since we get the evaluation, Mr. Adrian Flores, Center for the TRAS. Did you hear me, Judge?
Yeah.
And then I think during the TRAS, Judge, yesterday, the day before, he started hearing voices. There was some problem and couldn't complete the TRAS.
What was the last name again?
Flores. I've got the number. Well,
Oh, he's not on docket today though, Harold, huh?
no, he's off docket. Victoria wanted me to Zoom with you and just talk with about it.
Give it talk me.
I have a spin number.
I'll take it.
03-01-6971.
And I think I think the letter styled it as refusing, but I think she's having a problem. I wasn't there, but the way she described it, kind of what.
It sounds like he was in a psychosis, like he was having hallucinations and preoccupied, just unable to like eat.
Have you not evaluated for any kind of medication?
Once he gets the medication, his competency evaluation came back and he was competent, so we sent him to do the 2 rounds.
So let's recomp him then, you know? I guess we should have him reevaluated, Harold.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what else we can do. We can ask for a different, you know, someone different to evaluate.
Here's the problem.
Are you okay with that?
Oh, that's fine. It's fine because I think
So
I mean, maybe-
let's put him on for tomorrow. That way we can get the order done, and then I can try to expedite it so we get it done as quick as possible.
okay. Maybe for Monday, maybe it's Friday, right? No, wait. Today's Thursday. Today's Thursday. I'm sorry.
Can you be here tomorrow? Or can we do Monday?
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be again here in Fort Bend County, and I've got 5 cases here in Fort Bend County in the morning.
You want to do Monday?
I could zoom in a little later, but I could definitely. Monday's kind of busy. If I could zoom in, Judge, that'd be fine.
Yes, of course. Well, that's why we have it, Harold.
Sure.
Of course you can.
That'd be great.
You want to do it tomorrow or when?
Sure, that'd be. We could do it tomorrow. But he's not on holdover today.
No, they're on watch Monday. He calls yours on Friday.
You know, if you do the order today, file it tomorrow, I can sign it tomorrow, and we can try to expedite it. But the main thing is that we need the orders filed. I mean, we don't need, theoretically, we don't need them here for you to file the order. You can just file it. And then sign it, and we can just set the process going. We really don't even need them here to do it, you know? I just need you to file the order, and I can sign it, and we'll reach out to whoever to expedite it.
All right, I'll do that.
So, do you want to leave it on for Monday and just you file the order tomorrow?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay, done. Just do that.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, Judge. My
Let
excuse.
you know.
You have a good day.
Thank you, too. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Ready? Hi. Yeah. Sure. Hi, Ray. What's your name? We hearing your girl?
Yes. The other day you and I spoke, you said you emailed pretrial about it and said, let's wait to see what pretrial says before.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen anything back either. But we had agreed not to put it on for Friday. I failed to tell Victoria not to put it on for Friday, so it's on for tomorrow.
I just wanted to make sure that's what he wanted to do.
What are we doing? I don't even.
So this is the one, it's a BVR with whatever.
When do we put it on?
So it's for April 30th was the next reset date. We wanted to see if there was anybody that could tell us what the lab reports.
I forgot to even look to see if they replied to me.
I haven't seen, unless he didn't reply to all, I haven't seen anything, but that doesn't mean they didn't reply to all.
You never replied.
Yeah, so I think it would kind of be fruitless to even have anything until we know a little bit more as far as are those medications.
Find out who the supervisor of this is.
We just need to subpoena somebody from either health. Testify about it because it's, from what I've been told, it gets sent out to Beaver Health. And somebody there, somebody who could tell us whether it was a false positive.
Who's in charge of pretrial services again? Who's like the head person?
Maybe
I know who you're talking about. Okay, let me email her.
Okay. So do you want to take it off for tomorrow until we get a response on this?
Let's set it, because I don't want to forget about it. So how about we set it for a week and I'll waive the appearance.
That's fine.
And then
Did you want to put it on for
Thursday, next Thursday.
Third?
You okay with it?
Maybe are the Friday.
Whatever you want. I don't care.
Thursday's fine. Thursday would be better for me because Friday I don't have anything, so.
No, well, let's set it for Friday.
Oh, come on. That's messed up.
All right, great. Happy Friday. John, or Harold, please.
Oh, good to be
Can
here.
you hear me?
Wayne, dry Judge?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, Judge, so, Victoria was telling me I have a guy named Ortega that I'm attached to, but, look, I don't believe I have a client named Ortega. Do you know what, case number this is, or,
You mean for the one that we were talking about earlier?
No, that was Mr. Flores.
Okay, who are you talking about?
Someone named Ortega.
Ortega. Are you telling me that you have an Ortega on the dock?
I don't, but Victoria's telling me that I'm attached.
James Landry, that one. They're spelled different.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
That's a completely different person, man.
Not bad.
So Victoria says she's sorry. Don't worry, we'll put her on probation.
No,
Yeah.
house arrest.
No,
House arrest.
really. Thanks, Harold. It's not you. It's someone
No,
else.
no problem. I just want to make sure it wasn't me, but thank you so much for calling.
Thanks, Brett.
You have a good day.
You too. John D.
Let me take a look back.
Judge, did you just call John?
Hey. Okay,
Hey, Judge.
John.
I'm listening, Judge.
You got Hunter back there.
No, page 39, white.
No.
White.
Why? Yeah, so basically I came in and I talked to Richard yesterday. His felony is 4-8. Rich was going to evaluate it. And, I can set it for trial. And he thinks that, he's going to talk to felony and see if he can, do something else with it. But I know it's on your docket for a while. We've been carrying.
What do you say? Something's mischief, though.
Right.
It's in custody forever, though.
Right.
Prosecution.
And that's the thing, I don't think. You're stuck in there on the line, in jail, they give
He's
you.
stuck in there on our case, too. He didn't make $100 more.
Yeah, so. I think Your Honor, I was trying to get a hold of the complainant, I was told.
See, alleged mischief.
It is Your Honor,
It's a hotel room, Judge.
yeah, there's a hotel room.
He also a vehicle.
He also, so he was calling fire, the tyrant plans to be $230, so he.
You want to set it for 4-9? And then that's.
I'm fine with that, Judge.
Okay.
We had one around there, but I told John, I see it gone.
Okay, do that, and let's have a decision, hopefully, by. All right, we'll set it for 4-9, day after.
You got it, Judge. That's perfect. I think that's the only one in question. Everything else.
No, you got Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter, I think we're waiting for 911, Judge, and I think the state was still evaluating.
That's an early case.
Yeah, it's an early case. I didn't think there was an issue on that one.
May 6th through the 8th. Wait, May?
Just pick, just,
93 days old.
So it's like,
We're already in May?
I did some.
What the hell? June?
Yeah, for Raymond. 2 months out.
Holy moly.
So sure.
So what do you say, John?
Yeah, whatever, Victoria, just pick a date. I'm good with it.
7. May 7.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wait,
Is that it? We done?
That's it, Judge. That's it.